I went to see this movie last Friday night with a friend, and there must have been a trainee behind the station where they rip your tickets because she wasn't alone. But she did turn to her manager and ask him if she should have asked me for ID for an MA 15 plus movie. And I'm 22. Anyway, after all that and having decided to see this movie on a whim, I certainly wasn't expecting it to be one of the best movies I've seen all year. But it was. It's a shame Mel Gibson is such an asshole because he sure is a talented dude. Hacksaw Ridge is the story of Desmond Dawes and his incredibly heroic and brave efforts in the war. The story is told with a huge sense of visual honesty. They didn't hold back at all, and it is absolutely brutal. I honestly don't understand how this actually got passed as an MA and not R. It's really horrific and confronting, but in the best possible way. In the scenes where the war is going on, the audience feels impartial to the characters in the narrative, and only in these sequences. There's no dialogue or barely any, things just happen and there just happens to be a camera there along for the ride. It gives very much a heightened sense of realism in these sequences. The story is a true story, and of course with any such film you can expect a true sense of creative license. But I really felt that I was being told the truth for the most part, and I felt like the filmmakers had a huge respect for the story that they were telling. They used the classic biopic trope of images and titles at the end of the film, but did so not just in a way that bookends the film, but elevates what you've just seen and cements the fact that it is a true story told with care. When I initially saw that Vince Vaughn was in this movie, I was a little taken back, and I had serious doubts about how Vince Vaughn would be in a heavier drama, but probably the most enjoyable performance he's given us. He's used predominantly as a comic relief, but definitely brings it in his dramatic moments. Comedy in this film is masterfully utilised with restraint and cleverness. Vince Vaughn isn't the only one who really comes through, but basically all of the cast delivers great performances, especially Hugo Weaving, who was incredible. The only real issues I found with this film are that the pacing in like the first 15 minutes is a bit off, and it really quickly gets through some heavy information, while some of the visual effects weren't the best, in particular one shot of a boat which was used twice. But I am giving this a 9.5. This film tells a fantastic story and does it with respect and brutally upfront visuals. The film is highly successful in that when it wants you to laugh, you'll laugh, and when it wants you to cry, you'll cry. I love this film, and it might be one of the best that I've seen so far this year. So agree or disagree, feel free to tell me about it in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all that, and until next time, bye.